I haven't been to a story slam in a really long time because I'm trying to finish my graduate thesis. Yeah, it's funny because it's never gonna end. It's never. I was raised Catholic, and I believe that I have finally found purgatory. It's my thesis. I'm being punished for many things, apparently. But in the process of trying to do this last week, I had my first ever panic attack, like an actual one. And I just, people have these things apparently all the time. And one of my advisors, who's like doing field work in a place where there are no telephones or anything, like she can't reach me, and she has to send me edits via actual mail, like real, like physical mail. And it makes it even more stressful because I can like see like her handwriting, and I was like, oh, that T is slanting towards the "you're never gonna make it" side, and I'm like, I can't handle this. And then all of a sudden I started freaking out, and that was my first ever panic attack. And I called my boyfriend, and I was like, I think I'm having a heart attack, I'm dying, you need to come take me to the hospital. And he's like, actually, I think you just need to breathe. I was like, no I don't. But he was right about that, I wasn't dying. And as a result, he decided that now would be a good time for us to take a lover's vacation. And I was like, sure, baby, I'll go away with you for the weekend. That sounds awesome. So I consented to my own kidnapping to the woods. I'm not woodsy, as you can probably see. These are my boots. They're not like woodsy boots. I don't know what you do if you're outside for more than an hour and where do you go to the bathroom? What do you do? So in my fragile state, my lover takes me off into the woods, and he rents this beautiful, rustic cabin. And I was like, oh, this is kind of romantic. I feel like we're really getting away, and it's very earthy, and there's still a toilet, so we could probably have sex and I won't be creeped out that I'm gonna get pine needles in my butt or something. I don't know. What happens when you have sex in the wild? I don't know. I was very nervous. When I found out we were going into a state park, I thought, my God, I'm gonna get vagina. What is that? The there's leaves of 3, let it be. I thought maybe I would get it. Poison ivy. I thought I was gonna get it on me. So, there's a high sense of danger. But we got there, and there was a real bathroom and toilet paper, so it was totally cool. And it was really romantic, genuinely so. And there were quilts on the bed that were probably made in America, and it was really beautiful. And there was a wood-burning stove. I was like, are we gonna light a fire in this house? He's like, yeah, baby. I was like, okay, it's magic. So he built a fire out of nothing, just some wood and some matches, and it just burned for hours. And he would tend it and poke it with this metal stick. I was entranced by this man. And he gets this idea. He's like, we should pull the mattress in front of the fire. Okay. I was like, yes, let's totally do that. It's gonna be the woodsy version of Blue Lagoon. This is the sexiest thing ever. So we do actually have our den of passion in front of the wood burning stove, and we don't die. So it's pretty impressive. I'm really starting to feel myself recover from this panic attack. I was like, the woods are healing me. Henry David Thoreau, you are so right. This is magical. And who knew, right? I didn't need to shop. You did, but look at you. I love Finn, and I tease her all the time about, trees. I eventually come down from the panic attack, and the next day we're sitting outside. I'm all sexed up, I'm sitting in an Appalachian rocking chair, and I'm like healed. And all of a sudden I hear this voice, and it sounds weirdly familiar, and it's coming from like the hill next to our cabin where there's like this trail for woodland walking. And this voice, I just feel like this deep sense of panic as soon as I hear it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's my thesis advisor. She's here. She's in the woods. Oh my God. And I like crunch down, and he's like, baby, it's fine. It's not her. Like, why would she be out here in the wild? Like, she's not here, baby. It was her. She was there. And I knew it. I sensed it. So I ran inside, and I'm like hiding like behind the wood-burning stove, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no way. And she's here to like tell me about like chapter 5 and how it's all wrong, and I'm never gonna get my doctorate. And she, lover boy, came into the cabin. He's like, she's sunk deeper into the woods. I was like, she's like a Wolverine. She's hiding in there. So I offered to my lover the prospect of, instead of scaling this mountain, which in my post-coital sense, I actually agreed to like go up this mountain with him. Like, what? And I was like, maybe instead of having that natural wonder, we should stay in here and hide. And that wasn't gonna fly. And he's like, maybe it's fine, like, let's just hike. And that's gonna be, what? It would have been like, maybe it's fine, let me take you out to a nice restaurant. No, maybe it's gonna be fine, let's hike. So I go, fine. So we actually do hike, and it's actually really beautiful. I've never been an outdoorsy person, and at the top of this grassy bald, apparently the world does make more sense. And it's really beautiful. And it doesn't exactly matter that you may or may not finish your thesis. And it was calm and beautiful and perfect. And so I agreed to stay with him in the woods for another 48 hours. The only problem was I did not have that many more pairs of underwear. And so I said, lover, we can do this. I completely consent, but I'm gonna need more panties. And he goes, that's fine, we'll go into the town. We go back into the town. And I was very much out of my element, I will say that. We went to a place called Dollar General, where things cost $1 in general. And I bought 3 pairs of panties at once. They were all in together in a plastic sheath. I was like, well, you know, I must really be in love. This is what love is. It's panties and plastic. And they're rolled up with tape, and that's fine. Someone by the name of Haynes thinks that this is okay. You know, it seems like a national brand, so I'll probably be fine. And we buy the panties. And we go back to our cabin. It's like a half-hour drive, and then you have to like get into the wilderness. And there's this winding road. And there are various cabins spotting the road along the way, where people will sit out on their Appalachian rocking chairs, contemplating the mysteries of the universe. And as we're winding our way, I hear this voice, and I know the voice. And it says, oh my God, I just can't get away. And I look up, and it was my professor, and she was shaking. She had papers in her hand, and she was shaking, and she said, I just can't get away from you people. And I thought, oh, so it goes both ways, that's nice. And she looked at me, and then she smiled, and she said, I'm sorry. And then she said, what are you doing here? You must be working. And I looked looked at her, thinking, what about my rate of progress says that I'd be working on the weekend? And then I look at my lover, and he's not carrying a red pen. He's not clearly here to help me make my edits. And I look back up at her, and I was like, shopping. And at that point, I felt a great release, having realized that I was not just escaping her, that she too was escaping something, mainly me. And so my lover and I skipped back deep into the woods, carrying my Dollar General panties, and returned to our den of passion by the wood-burning stove. And I now intend to read a little book called Walden, which apparently is full of wisdom. So, thank you all.